Good morning and welcome back to music. I'm so glad that you're able to join me today for week 3.2. We're going to go ahead and get started with our warm up. So, we need to warm up our bodies. The first thing we're going to do is just do a quick stretch. So, everybody stretch up to the ceiling, stretch this way. I'm hitting a flag. Stretch this way. All right, one arm over. Ooh, and shake it and switch and shake it. All right, reach down. Ooh, reach up. Reach down, reach up. All right, go ahead and just turn your hips in a circle like you're doing a hula hoop. Hula hoop. I know this looks funny because you can't see my whole body. Let's do one foot, shake it, shake it, shake it. Excellent. The other foot, shake it, shake it, shake it. Some of y'all sitting down watching this video and you are not standing up. You can't lie to me. I know. Okay, so we're going to warm up our voices now with the warm up time to sing. We did this last week, so this should be a review. If you have not watched last week's video, make sure you do that so that you can be caught up. And just like a timeout really quick. I am making your modules super duper easy. There's only going to be two things. There used to be three things, and now there's only two. So there's usually a question of the day, which is so simple. All you got to do is answer the question of the day. And the second thing is your assignment. So for today, it's going to be just questions, kind of like what you did last week. So as long as you have those two parts, you have your module done and you are done for music. It's so easy. Please don't just do one part of your module. Go ahead and get it done. Knock them out. All right, I'm going to be looking this week to see who completes their module on the day that it's due. So on third grade for Monday for third grade, at the end of the day, I'm going to send out a message that says, these are the kiddos that have completed their modules. And on fourth grade, I'm going to do the same thing. Tuesday, I'm going to say, these are the kiddos who have completed their modules. So we're going to see who can get that module done on the day that is assigned. Now, if you do it a different day, it's okay, as long as it gets done. That's all that matters. All right, so time back in. Start. Here goes. We're going to sing the warm up here, time to sing, and I'm going to do it first. And what I want you to do is just follow me in my body. So if you don't remember those words or you're not sure about them, don't worry about the words. Just move with my body. Are you ready? Here goes like this. Hear the notes go up and down when it's time to sing. You will hear a happy sound when it's time to sing. Lulu, la, 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 now it's time to sing. Hi, hi, ha, 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 now it's time to sing. Were you able to follow me? Ha, 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 ha. Maybe. All right, do it again. One more time. Don't sing if you don't know the words, but if you want to try some of them, you're fine. Follow my movement, please. Here we go from the top. Hear the sounds go up and down when it's time to sing. You will hear a happy sound when it's time to sing. Lulu, la, 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 now it's time to sing. Hi, hi, ha, 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 now it's time to sing. So on the screen, you're going to see all of the words for the song. We're going to focus on the second paragraph where it says Lulu Lai. And we did this last week. We're going to talk a little bit more about the contour. Remember that contour is the shape of the music. So in this section, we're going Lulu Lai, la, la, la. Are we going up like we're going up a mountain? Not really. We're more going up like we're jumping on trampoline. Lulu, la, 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 la. All right, so take your hands. Let's do our do like this and our so like this. Let's try our hands, and it's going to show how we're bouncing from one note to the next. Are you ready? Here we go. Lulu, la, 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 la. Let's try it again. Ready? And Lulu, la, 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 la. Now, this next part will slide down like you're sliding down the mountain. Now it's time to sing. It's not jumping like a trampoline or like a bunny, right? The next part, hi, ha, ha, ha. Is it more like a trampoline or is it more like the slide? It's more like the trampoline for sure. Hi, ha, ha, ha. Now it's time to sing. And the last part goes down. So everybody take your hands, put it at do, and we're going to do this section with our solfege and our slide. Okay, it goes like this. Lulu, li, la, la, la. Now it's time to sing. Hi, hi, ha, ha, ha. Now it's time to sing. One more time. Here we go. Ready? Lulu, li, la, la, la. Now it's time to sing. Hi, hi, ha, ha, ha. Now it's time to sing. All right, so we're going to do an echo sing on the first section. I'm going to sing it first, and I want you to sing it back to me. Here we go. Sit up nice and straight, please. Give me your best sound. My turn first. Hear the notes go up and down. Your turn. Hear the notes go up and down. Good. When it's time to sing. When it's time to sing. Good job. You will hear a happy sound. You will hear a happy sound when it's time to sing. When it's time to sing. In those 4 lines, what can you tell me about the second and the fourth line? They're the same. Not only are the words the same, but the notes are the same. When it's time to sing, when it's time to sing, and at the very last time, now it's time to sing. That's also the same. Let's see, 6th line is not the same. Now it's time to sing. That's the only one that's different in that. Okay, so let's try it from the beginning. Here the notes go up and down when it's time to sing, and we're gonna do our Lulus and our Lilis, and we're gonna do the whole thing from the beginning. You do not have to stand up and down. I want you to sit up straight and give me your best sound. Here we go from the top. Hear the notes go up and down when it's time to sing. You will hear a happy sound when it's time to sing. Lulu, li, la, la, la. Now it's time to sing. Hi, hi, ha, ha, ha. Now it's time to sing. One more time. Hear the notes go up and down when it's time to sing. You will hear a happy sound when it's time to sing. Lulu, li, la, la, la. Now it's time to sing. Hi, hi, ha, ha, ha. Now it's time to sing. Good. You should feel much more warmed up. Your voices should be ready to go. Your body should be ready to go. Let's go ahead and move on to our next section. So today we're going to be talking about 2 notes that go together like peanut butter and jelly. We have half notes that they've got the circle with the stem on the side. Those are half notes. They get 2 beats. We talked about these a little bit last week. When you clap them, you hold them down and you say ta-ah. Everyone try that. Ready? And ta. The next note next to it looks like a hat. That is one that we have not gone over, so this is new. It is a half rest. A half rest looks like a hat. So if a half note gets 2 beats, a half rest will also get 2 beats, but it's going to be 2 beats of silence. So when we clap those, we don't clap at all. We're going to put our hands out to the side and say shh, shh. Try it. Ready? And shh. So you got to pulse it with the air. Shh. So half notes together with your hands. You're going to say ta, ta, and half rest is to part, and we're going to say shh. All right, so let's clap what you see on the screen. A half note and then a half rest. Here we go. Ready? And ta, shh. Perfect. All right, we're going to clap a couple rhythms just to see and make sure that we have these half notes under our belts, which I'm sure you guys do. Let's give it a try. The first one is all half notes. You do see a bar line and a double bar line in there. Remember, you don't clap those. Those just separate our music. It's part of our staff, which we're going to talk about in just a little bit. So let's clap these 4 half notes together. 1, 2, ready, and ta, 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 ta. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, just like our screen's kind of lemon color, right? Let's do it again. Ready? And ta, 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 ta. Fantastic. Let's go into the next one. We have 2 half rests and 2 half notes. Remember the half rest, your hands are apart and you make the shh sound. Here we go from the beginning. 1, 2, ready, and shh, shh, ta, ta. Good. That's not so bad, right? One more time. Ready, and shh, shh, ta, ta. Fantastic. We have one more rhythm. We're going to mix these rhythms up now. We have a half rest, half note, half rest. All right, so kind of a funky pattern there. Let's give it a try. 1, 2, ready, and shh, ta, ta, shh. Got it? Let's do it one more time. Maybe 2 more times. Let's do it 2 more times. So let's do the whole page 2 times in a row. 1, 2, ready, and shh, ta, ta, shh, shh, ta, ta, shh. Good. All right, so those are our half notes and our half rests. Next week, we're going to look a little bit at whole notes and whole rest. You might get confused with half rest and whole rest because it's just opposite. If it's a whole rest, it looks like an upside down hat. Right? If it's a half rest, it looks like a hat. Okay, so we're going to work on that next time. That is all we have for rhythm time. We're moving on to some note reading today. Today we're talking about the staff. Now we have talked about the staff before winter break, so this is nothing really new as far as the actual staff itself, but when we start talking about lines and spaces, we haven't talked a whole lot about that. So this is kind of new, kind of review. So if you've been following along with my videos, then this should be pretty simple for you, but if you kind of just started or maybe you've watched them on and off, then this may be new material for you. So we're talking about the staff. For the staff, we have 5 lines, and we count the 5 lines going up from the bottom to the top of the staff. So the bottom line is 1, the next line up is 2, then 3, 4, and 5. So we always start at the bottom when we're counting. So if I said find line 5, you would point to the very top one. If I said find line 1, you would go to the very bottom. And that's very important to note because I will be asking you those questions. So be checking out for that. We count the 4 spaces going up from the bottom to the top of the staff. It's the same thing, but the space is the area between the lines. So 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. Now we will have notes that would go below the staff and above the staff, but we're not worrying about that today. So just the 4 spaces actually on the staff. 1 space, 2 space, 3 space, 4 space. So if I said find space 1, you'd point to the very bottom. If I said find space 4, you would point to the very top. All right, so let's see. We're going to take a little quiz here. I want you to take your finger and point to the screen, and I want you to point to a line. So everyone take your finger and point to any line on the staff. All right, you have 5 options here, so ready, set, go. Hopefully you're able to point to one of these 5 lines. The next question says point to a space. So any of those spaces will do. Go ahead and point to one. Excellent. Now, question number 3 says point to the 4th line on the staff. So count up to the 4th line. Hopefully you got that one right. It's the 1, 2, 3, 4th line up. And the last question says point to the first space on the staff. So go ahead and point to the first space for me. Excellent job. So those were the 4 questions. Hopefully you were able to find all those. All the answers are on your screen. So make sure you check that out. All right, so on the staff, we place notes on lines and spaces of the staff. A line note is a note with a black line going through its center. A space note is a note that sits in between 2 black lines. So when I say find a line note, there should be a line that goes directly through the middle of your note. And that doesn't matter what note it is. It could be half notes, whole notes, whatever. There will be a line going through the center. If the note is in between the lines, then that is considered a space note. So line notes are on the line, and space notes are in between 2 lines. Weird fact, any note on or above the middle line gets flipped upside down so that its stem doesn't go too far high off the staff. So if we get up to like line 5, those stems are going up really high. So what they do is they turn those over. So those quarter notes look upside down, and they're upside down, but they're still a line or a space note, no matter where or which way our stem is going. Okay, so I want you to write on a piece of paper the words line or space for each of these notes. So you have 5 questions. Go ahead and number your paper 1 through 5, and you're going to write either line or space for each one of these notes. Go ahead and pause this video now and go ahead and do those answers. Ready, set, go. All right, so hopefully you answered those questions. Go ahead and check your answers now. We have line, space, space. If you got all of those right, then you are on track. If you are not sure about what lines and spaces are, then we're going to have to kind of go over that again another time because we need to go ahead and move on. Just as a not a warning, but just so that you know, this is how it works. Notes on higher lines or spaces will produce higher pitches. Notes on lower lines or spaces will produce lower pitches. So if we're down and around the one line or the first space, that's going to be a low note. Whereas the ones that are at the top of the staff, like line number 5 or space number 4, those are going to be higher sounds, and you're going to feel those in your voices when you sing. So staff, the definition for staff is 4 spaces in between 5 lines, tells you if the sound is low or high. And you should notice that rhymes. And so we're going to wrap this. Wicked, wicked, wicked. Are you ready? Okay. I want you to pat your lap like this. This is the beat. And I want you to repeat after me. It goes like this. 4 spaces in between 5 lines. 4 spaces in between 5 lines. Tells you if the sound is low or high. Tells you if the sound is low or high. I don't think you did it. I think you sat there and watched me do it. Tell me I'm wrong. Let's do it again. This time, make sure you repeat after me. Say it nice and loud so you wake up everybody in your house. It goes like this. 4 spaces in between 5 lines. 4 spaces in between 5 lines. Tells you if the sound is low or high. Tells you if the sound is low or high. Now, everybody, staff. Say staff. Ready, and staff. Staff, staff, staff. One more time. Here we go. 4 spaces in between 5 lines. 4 spaces in between 5 lines. Tells you if the sound is low or high. Tells you if the sound is low or high. Everyone say, word to your mother. Just kidding. You're like, Miss McKeithen, you're so crazy. It's okay. I'm a little crazy. It's all right. It's all right. Anyway, so that's staff. We have 5 lines, 4 spaces. You're going to be answering some questions about those today. So please make sure you understand that. We are going to play a game. It is called the line and space game, and I'm going to put the link to it, and I'm going to show you how it works first, but there will be a link to this game in your classroom. It's called Road Trip, and so let's go ahead and take a looks at this now. I'm not going to play this entire game right now because I want you to play this on your own. It's kind of just an independent game. You will need to make sure you click the spaces that it tells you to click because otherwise it just won't work. This is a Google slide that I created into a game for you. It says, help me travel across the country by answering these questions about line and space notes. Click anywhere to move to the first question. So you can click anywhere on this screen and it'll move you to the first question. It says, is this a line or a space note? What do you think? Is it line or space? If you said line, you are correct. You're going to click the line button, and it's going to take you to this. It says, yay, you got it right. We are on the road again. And you'll notice our car has moved. And if you hit this next question button, it will take you to the next question. Now, let's just say by chance, you said that this is a space note. It's going to take you to this screen right here. It says, oh no, car trouble. Go back and try that question again. So you would have to hit go back. All right. So other than that, if you get to the end of the game, which I know all of you will, you're going to make it to the end. You can actually do this again if you want to. You can go back to the beginning. It'll be the same questions both times because it's all the same slides. But just so you know, that's how that game works. So if you get a chance, go ahead and click on the link and check out the line and space game. So for our next activity, we're going to learn a song. It's called Kindness. Now, we have not done a whole lot of serious songs in music this year. So this is a serious song. It is a song that reminds us that we should be kind and we should go out of our way to be kind and to do good things to people because you just don't know what somebody's going through. Okay, so we should be kind all the time. We should be kind to all people who are the same as us, people who are different than us. In this song, I'll read some of the words. It says, look around you. There's someone in need. It's not that hard to see. Ever wonder why they sit alone? It's a silent kind of plea. So have you ever seen somebody at school who always sits by themselves, who plays by themselves at recess time, or maybe they eat lunch alone, or they're just kind of a loner? Have you seen those people before? And so this song kind of reminds us that if you see somebody that's always alone, then be the one to walk on up to them and don't care what other people think about it. Okay, just because someone says, they're whatever they are, don't do that. Okay, so be strong and support your classmates, support your friends, and be kind to people because we should be kind to people. All right, there's no reward for that. There's no money for that. There's no extra special prize for being kind. It just makes you feel good, and it makes other people feel good too. All right, so we're gonna learn this song. It's called Kindness. And I'm going to go over it with you, and we're going to have an activity on this, not this week, most likely next week, as a Flipgrid. And I don't know if you've used Flipgrid, but you get to create your own video. And so I'm going to have you create a video probably next week using Flipgrid, singing this song, maybe, and possibly talking about some way that you can be kind. So I'm working on the Flipgrid stuff. Like I said, I don't know if you've used that before, but those of you who like to make videos and put them on TikTok and YouTube, this will be your jam. Okay, it'll be really cool. All right, so this is how it goes. Let's sing this together. You just follow along. I'm gonna sing, you listen, and pat the beat. Oops. Look around you, there's someone in need. It's not that hard to see. Ever wonder why they sit alone? It's a silent kind of plea. Be the one to walk on up. Never mind if others judge. Look around you, there's someone in need. It's not that hard to see. All right, so it's kind of a funky rhythm. The words are very easy, and the melody's pretty simple, so we're going to kind of dive into it. Today, we're going to look at the first section of this, and that'll be all we'll do. This will be the end of our video. All right? So repeat after me. Look around you. Your turn. Look around you. Good job. There's someone in need. Your turn. There's someone in need. Good. It's not that hard to see. Your turn. It's not that hard to see. I think that's the hardest rhythm of the entire thing because I have a hard time on the word hard holding it long enough. Listen one more time. It's not that hard to see. Your turn. It's not that hard to see. Good job. Ever wonder why they sit alone? Your turn. Ever wonder why they sit alone? Good. It's a silent kind of plea. Your turn. It's a silent kind of plea. What does it mean to plea? What is a plea? It's a silent kind of plea. Use some context clues in there. It's a way of asking for help without asking for help. So they're saying a silent plea. So that means, let's say I was outside and I was carrying all this stuff into the school and I dropped something and you passed by me and I kind of give you this look like, that's a silent plea. I didn't say, hey, come help me. I may not know you and I may not want to embarrass myself. So I'm just going to try to suck it up and carry everything at one time. All right. So that's a silent plea instead of a loud plea, which is like, please help me. Okay. So them sitting by themselves is a silent plea. Silent plea. Okay. We're going to sing through that whole page one time through. So let's give it a shot. Here we go. Look around you. There's someone in need. It's not that hard to see. Ever wonder why they sit alone? It's a silent kind of plea. Good. I want you to look at the next page. Just look at the notes. Look at the word be, and you'll notice that the note is one, it's upside down, right? We just talked about that. And it's in the third space up, right? 1, 2, 3. So do you think that note's going to be on the higher side or the lower side? If you said high, you've got it right. That's exactly right, because it's be the one. Is it like super screechy high? No, but it should feel a little higher in your voice. Be the one. Now, if you look at the bottom of that page, it's not that hard to see. See how that note is below the staff? That means it's even lower than that first line. Okay, so that's going to feel a little lower on your voice. So some of you are like, yes, I love low notes. All right, so that's going to feel a little lower. But that third space up there, that third space C is what the name of it is. That's going to be a little bit higher on your voice. Okay, guys. We're going to try the whole song. I'm going to sing. We're going to sing the first page together. The second page you haven't sung yet. So if you want to try to look through the words while I sing, and I want you to tap the beat on your lap with me. Here we go. Let me see if I can find it. Here it is. Tap, 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 tap. Sit up straight. Here we go. Look around you. There's someone in need. It's not that hard to see. Ever wonder why they sit alone? It's a silent kind of plea. Be the one to walk on up. Never mind if others judge. Look around you. There's someone in need. It's not that hard to see. Good. Did you see the whole note there at the end? The word C's got a whole note. And if you look at the measure right next to the word C, you'll see there's a little block hanging from that line. That's a whole rest. And we're going to talk about those next week. All right, friends, that is all we have for today. So make sure you have your assignments completed. Remember, you've got your question of the day and then your questions for after you take or watch this video, look, the little quiz, and that's all you have to do. So make sure you get that done. If you haven't watched all the rest of the videos, there's only one. Go back and check that out. Okay, friends? All right. Have a wonderful day. Be kind to somebody today. Bye.